Yeah.
Mike, you gotta try again on the report card sheet.
This gives me more space. I'm claustrophobic. It's a weird thing.
I know.
It's who I am as a person.
It's called time.
It's called diva, yeah. For sure.
Matters not to me.
Yeah, go there. They should be produced pretty well.
I can't even ask a question. Let's see.
They're.
Not with that attitude.
Royally screwed me today.
Know of all people how to get scores now. We're idiots.
I let it slide last night because he had 13 boards for him to come on, not 14.
I know. I meant to go back and look at that.
Yeah, my phone.
There you go.
Really hope Heupel doesn't take 45. Farts are funny, fart jokes aren't funny.
Second was nights feels like 98.
Feels like what?
Nights feels like 98.
I didn't really get to it today. That's why I said Kentucky has 6 third quarter yards and West Rucker had 18 third quarter threes. Stats matter.
But still,
That's frustrating though, right? When it doesn't turn the right way and yeah. Yeah. It's just. Wow. Wow. That's super cool. Are you guys still kind of friends or talking friends? Yeah.
Could have gone without the TV turned out with less than a minute left in it. 38. Dylan had already gone 3.5 hours.
Wow. Uh-huh. Oh, that's casual.
Oh, no, I'm at one.
That's awesome. What a, cool full circle thing, right? That's gotta be what, 10 years or so? That is, that's one hell of a journey. Yeah, okay. Hey, sign me up. Wow. You two guys are still. Wow. I was gonna say, I mean, it's anything with the team. That was, yeah, and really just this whole journey.
Yeah, I guess it's probably gained a little more significance. At least in that part of the team, that part of the culture.
Man, that's an awesome story. That's exactly right. That would. That really would.
What's he done? He's trying to fight Brian Rice in the parking lot.
John, based on baseball?
Was it just kind of a walk-up thing? That's a great word to describe it.
I went into routing to escape that.
I love that. I love that. Before I started running, basketball season, I started running. It's where I always want to get back to as well. That's one that I want to. That's one that I really want to. I'm from next to right in Dallas, yeah.
All right, welcome to Coach Heupel's post-game press conference. Coach will make an opening statement, and then we will go into questions. To ask a question, just raise your hand, and I will call on you. Coach?
Great day in Knoxville, atmosphere, ball walk, the energy inside the stadium well before our guys even came out of the tunnel was awesome. Can't thank our guys enough. Great seeing a bunch of former players back here, Champions Weekend. That was fun too, and the atmosphere all night long just was an advantage for us. So thank you to the fans. Defensively, thought they did an unbelievable job, controlled and dominated the line of scrimmage. Did a great job matching out guys on the back end. Played real ball tonight and just suffocating defense. It was fun to watch those guys. Special teams did a great job. They had created plays here in the early part of the season through their return game, and our guys did a great job. Paxton was awesome all night long, and our cover units too, and offensively did enough to score enough points to get a good win. So I'll open it up from there.
Eric in Austin.
What do you think of right over here? Danico Slaughter's play tonight, moved from safety to corner, stepped up, made some plays.
Yeah, he had trained at corner. Just with all the moving pieces that we had, he had been playing at safety. Thought he went over there and did a great job early on in the football game, and his versatility is big for us. Obviously, the health at the corner position, we haven't been healthy. Really feel like next week will be the healthiest we've been since the beginning of the season. Feel like we'll have an opportunity to have everybody back and playing at a really high level. So.
Jalen Hyatt continues to run the ball really, really well for you guys. What's kind of turned the corner for him, do you feel like?
First of all, he's been really consistent, practice habits, attitude, being intentional in the meeting room. And so all of those things allow him, he's still a young football player, to really grow in his just understanding of the game, what we're doing, how to press the run game. And he's become much more physical. He's playing with great pad level. His best football still a long ways ahead of him. Really proud, though, here over the last month, just what he's done and the strides that he's taken. It's really important for us that his game continues to mature.
Wes?
Was there ever a point this week during a meeting or practice or anything where you thought the guys were peeking ahead a little bit or were not fully focused on this one?
No, these guys, the reason we found a way to be on the right side of it every week is because they've been focused. They prepare, they practice, and they get themselves ready emotionally and physically to go play hard once the ball is kicked off all week long. I thought we were very dialed in and locked into the process. Good teams get better throughout the season. This football team's got to continue to get better here as we get on the back half of the season.
Adam, then Rob.
So your team has been getting better. What are the chances that their best football is ahead? What indicates that to you?
It is still ahead. There's a lot of things that we can be cleaner at. Tonight, just red zone offense. There were a couple opportunities off of turnovers we didn't operate and function at the level that we're capable of. Doesn't mean all 11. Sometimes it's just one guy, but there's things that we can be cleaner in, and at times on defense and special teams, some of those same things. So it's a constant growth and evolution to who you are individually and collectively. I do like this football team because they do have good practice habits. You can tell that they care about each other and they're going to play hard for each other.
Coach, we ask you about Jalen Hyatt every week, but he keeps on scoring multiple touchdowns. I mean, how much at this point is scheme? How much is him? And what can you say about his production?
Well, scheme, yeah, there's some to putting him in position. It's him going and making plays. It's Hendon making plays. It's our offensive line protecting. At the end of the day, man, it's players, not coaches. And Jalen's done a great job, but it takes all those guys to do a great job for him to have the night that he has. He is playing at a really high level. His understanding of the game, playing with fundamentals and technique, just it's special, the run that he's had over the last 4 or 5 weeks in particular.
David and Jimmy.
Josh, they had that really nice second possession where they got Rodriguez going. What were y'all able to do just immediately after that? Because they essentially just had that one drive all night.
Yeah, it wasn't anything complete change schematically or anything. We misfit a couple of things. He got going, got to the second level, and that's an issue when he's got the ball in his hands. Misfit the touchdown run. Came back and started playing better. Just all 3 levels of the defense fitting everything together. I thought in the football game the penetration on the edge, but in the interior too, forced him to bounce some things and not get started.
Josh, your thoughts on how Tillman played coming back from the injury, and also Jalen McCullough. How you feel like he did?
Yeah, Cedric, I thought, did a great job during the course of the ball game with the opportunities that he had, but throughout the course of the night, handled everything really well. We kind of had him on a pitch count here in this first one. He's had 2 weeks of really good practice at full speed where we felt comfortable. He's been itching to play, and we just kind of felt like we wanted to make sure we made the right decision for him, long-term and short-term too, just as we go through this season. But he's ready to play his best football, in my opinion. Did a great job. He's a leader on our defense, quarterback in some respects, just being able to get all 3 levels of the defense in sync, and it was awesome to have him, back out there for us.
Patrick and Mike.
Coach, you guys, seems like almost every game, every big game, right before halftime, make a sequence of plays, whether it's offense, defense, special teams, one side, getting some points there before the break. What goes into that? Is that just your mindset? Is that something you guys work on? And
yeah, I think we missed an opportunity right before they got the football too. Am I right? Or I can't remember if we kicked a field goal or missed one. Or yeah, defensively getting a stop was critical right there. I think it was maybe 28-6 at that point. That might not have been the exact score, but getting a stop for us, because you have a quarterback that you trust with the ball in his hands, smart decision maker, you're able to be aggressive in some of those situations, and we trust our offensive line too, and obviously able to hit a few things that got us into the end zone. Big wheel route to Jalen, I think, on that drive.
Josh, with Danico, what is it that allowed him to slide out to corner and do it so well? And do you anticipate that being somewhere he could stick now?
Yeah, I don't. With everybody coming back for next week, we'll evaluate just where we're at and what the best rotation is. You've seen us defensively. We're gonna play a bunch of guys. I think that's important for us. But he does have versatility. He's cross-trained, the entire time that we've been here, and did a really nice job tonight.
Right. Josh, when this offense gets in the red zone, what is it about the tempo and formations that you're able to use to have success down there?
At the end of the day, it still comes down to execution. And so when we're good in the red zone, it's because quarterback's making good decisions. We're being physical up front. We're able to run the football effectively, make competitive one-on-one catches. The tempo can be an advantage for us, but you've seen us at times slow down and still execute too. So our guys are able to be flexible in what we're doing. And at the end of the day, when you're down there, decisions happen faster for your quarterback. You got to make competitive plays. Our skilled guys have been doing that, and we've been really physical up front.
Brent, then Joe.
Josh, over here, you guys has had some early season struggles on 3rd and long defensively. Had a hard time getting off the field in a couple of early games. Tonight, you just gave up 2 third-down conversions. What was the key to that, and how impressive is that for you to look at that stat line and see your defense be able to do that?
Yeah, that's important, right? That's the situation you want to be in defensively, a situation you got to take advantage of, get off the field. You guys could see it tonight. We were matching things out better and playing tight coverage, and then we were able to get to the quarterback too and make him uncomfortable. And you put all those things together, you're able to get off the football field. Technique, eye discipline, understanding of your schemes, all of those things have continued to grow for us, and that's what good defenses but good teams do. They continue to get better, and there's still a lot of room for improvement for us, but proud of the effort tonight for sure.
Hey, Josh, what's your excitement level, anticipation level for the opportunity you had here going to Georgia?
Certainly going to be a big ball game, great football team. We're going to enjoy this one tonight. I think it's important that you enjoy the journey. I told the players before the game, enjoy ball walk, enjoy running through the tee. You've built this type of energy because of the way that you've worked and competed, and they'll enjoy it tonight, and players be ready when they get back on Monday, and staff will turn it around early tomorrow morning. We understand really good football team we're getting ready to play, but these are the type of games you come to Tennessee because you want to be on this type of stage. You want to play in front of an audience that it's going to be captivated by these two football teams.
Ben, then Blake in the back middle.
Josh, why was the secondary able to take such a collective step forward tonight? Was there anything different, or just from what you see from them tonight?
Just growth, man. You know what I mean? Understanding what we're doing and continuing to evolve and grow and get better, and has a couple different guys out there too that have a little bit more experience in general, but guys continue to play and grow and compete, and you put that together with what we did up front and applying pressure, you get a chance to get off the football field the way they did.
Josh, you guys are now 8-0, and next time you step on the field, number 1 spot in America will be on the line. Did you think you could turn this program around to this level as quickly as you have when you took the job? And if so, what gave you that belief?
Yeah, I don't know if the first day that I took the job, I stood up here as I was getting introduced. This is what you envision, man. You start a journey that you understand the type of team that you want to build, how you want to play, everybody together. But then you're in the nuts and bolts of just continuing to grow and compete and get better every day. And small decisions, affect the road. But like this group of individuals, this is the group of individuals that chose to stay. They want to be here. They've grown individually, just in who they are, what they're about, and how they compete every day. And collectively, you can see that they care about each other. And once you start having a group like that, man, you can cover a lot of ground really quickly as a football program. And obviously, we've taken some huge strides. Next week's another big test, but one we're looking forward to.
Chris on the right here.
Josh, when you guys create the kind of buzz you guys have on offense, sometimes I guess we all forget about complementary football. What role has your defense and its improvement played in that, in the way you guys have been able to play at the level you are right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Key stops, creating field position. You look at the turnovers tonight. It was short fields all night long, some of which offensively we didn't take advantage of. Field position. I thought special teams, Paxton did a great job, pinning them inside the 5 a couple of times. That's what good teams do. You start playing off of each other, and when one's struggling, the other one picks them up and give them a chance to get their feet on the ground too. And there's been times throughout the course of the year where that's happened, whether it's offense holding it together or defense holding it together at Pitt. Like, you just keep competing together. They care, they love each other, they have fun. It's a fun locker room to be in every day.
Jimmy.
Josh, the run defense has been really good most of the year. Do you attribute part of that to the second year in the system, or what are the things that you think are going on?
Certainly understanding of scheme, understanding of eye discipline, fits, big part of it. Development of fundamentals, continued fundamentals from your front 4 to your second level to your third level, continued growth in tackling. Like, all of those things play off of each other and allow you to grow and play the type of run defense that we have.
Last question to Austin.
In that same kind of thought process, feels like you play a lot more players on defense. I know Rodney's playing a huge rotation on the defensive line, but even in the linebacker and in the secondary compared to a year ago, you feel like you're just more fresh because of that?
Yeah, for sure. You know, one of the strengths for us defensively is the ability to rotate and play a lot of guys and next man up, and that allows you to go out and play as hard as you possibly can. It allows you, you know, late second quarter, you know, second half to be fresh and to go compete and play hard. So absolutely, that's a huge part of us defensively compared to a year ago.
All right, thank you. We'll have players here.
Thanks, guys.
One of the middle seats there. Okay, cool. Office still on the rest. You two guys on the right end, just make sure you share that mic. All right, everyone, we'll start our player media session. We have from your left to right, Danico Slaughter, Hendon Hooker, Brandon Turner, and Byron Young. Please raise your hand for questions. I'll call on you guys. We'll start with Eric Kane, and then we'll go to David Pascal.
So you go right here. Just kind of walk us through your interception, kind of what we see in that play.
Just going throughout my technique. That's about it. You know, just it's really not experienced receivers out there, but you know they're still great players. I think if they'll be, you know, the more they develop, they'll become, you know, great guys. But yeah, I just go throughout my technique throughout the week and just follow on that. That's all.
Hendon, I know you're about the team, but when you've got an opportunity, when the other quarterback's been mentioned as a potential top NFL draft pick, does that motivate you to have a better performance when you're going up against? I know you're not directly going up against Will Levis, but does that motivate you when the other guy's been hyped the way he has?
Not really. I mean, just coming in every day trying to do my job to get the ultimate goal, and that's winning. So coming in on a daily basis and making sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, motivating my teammates, and locking into my assignment and communicating at a high level. That's what I try to do day in and day out.
Jimmy, then Joe, and then Chris.
Danico, you played corner, you played safety. Talk about your ability to be versatile and to play multiple positions at a high level.
You know, just come with mentality, honestly. But you know, my freshman year played star, coming into the defense. But you know, once you play star, I think you can just know every part of the defense in and out. You know, again, with mentality, you can just, if you had a mentality, you just want to be great. You know, God will have your back. That's it.
Do you feel like this is, I guess, first of all, how did it come about in terms of the switch this week leading into the game? Do you feel like this is your best position?
You know, honestly, I still like, you know, being in the box more. I like hitting more, honestly. But, you know, it's cool. It'll grow on me, you know, the more I play on it. You know, I know I balled out today, but it's just I like being in the box a lot more.
Chris?
And you guys obviously are now one-trick pony, and I'm talking about what you guys have done on offense, but talk about this defense and the way they've elevated their game and continue to improve and raise their level of play.
Day in and day out, I see the defensive guys, you know, putting in extra work, whether it's getting on the jugs, which you can see these guys, they've been on the jugs heavily, making great plays on the ball and coming out and playing with their hair on fire, which is their goal. So I'm extremely proud of them and, you know, love to compete against them every day. It's a heated battle on that practice field. So, you know, just excited to get back out there and compete with them.
We'll go right here in the front.
And when did you find out that Brew McCoy could be a bigger part of the offense?
The day he was able to run routes, you know, he's an incredible athlete. We have a receiver room full of playmakers. So whenever I can get the ball to them in space, that's what I want to do. And they make great plays whenever I do get it to them, and whenever it's a pivotal point in the game and I need someone to lean on, I can lean on any one of them. So, you know, hats off to all of them for continuing to work hard and come in every day with a chip on their shoulder.
We'll go Adam, Wes, and then Austin.
Hendon, you guys seem to be, you could have peaked at the Alabama game, but you seem to still be getting better. If this team isn't chasing just that one big win that you already have, what is it chasing?
Championship. You know, we want to win the SEC championship. That's our goal, to be playing in Atlanta at the end of the season. And every day we come in, it's another day at the office. You know, the same way mailman goes and delivers mail, the same way we're going into the football facility, lifting weights, hopping on film, and you know, trying to get better every day.
Wes?
Byron, I know that, you know, Levis is a guy who's done some real damage with his arm at times in the past. He's also been sacked a lot, also had some turnover problems. Did y'all think if you could get after him tonight, you could have a performance like this?
Oh, yes, sir, most definitely. But we know off rip we had to stop the run to even get that chance for him to pass. So our game plan was to shut down the run to force them to pass, and then next to shut that down. So, you know, that's what we did and came up with the win.
Awesome. Brandon, you're a guy that just kind of goes through each day, got a big smile on your face. Go back to the Alabama game, played really well there. I know you didn't get to play much last week with the neck, but you followed that up, the Alabama performance tonight, with another really good performance. What do you feel like starting to click for you playing?
Really just being consistent, trying to stay locked into my technique every day and stay locked into everything that's going on. Really trying to just stay dialed in, stay locked in, and keep other guys locked in, because you never know when your time gonna come. So I was just being prepared for the moment.
Patrick, you're next. Danico, you were, of the four guys up there, you were the only one that was here in 2020 when you guys won 3 games. Are you surprised that this quickly, a year and a half into the staff, you guys are 8-0, ranked 3rd? Are you surprised by this?
Yes, I am. But when Hype first came through, I was like, yeah, he's a great coach off rip. You know, he's a great guy. Yeah, he brought a lot of energy. You know, and as soon as he stepped in, I just felt, you know, like the whole room, like mood change. You know, yeah, he's just a great, you know, coach that wants to, you know, get to know his players all the time. Yeah.
All right, time for a few more, so we'll go to Eric Kane and back to Joe.
Thank you. How satisfying is it to, you know, cause a turnover? You had the hit, the pop, jar the ball loose, your teammate picks it up. How satisfying is that to lay that hit for you and make that play?
Yeah, it was great, man. It was a fantastic feeling. It was like, you know, I just, you know, as I said, I just like hitting people, honestly. But it's like, that's why I play defense. But, you know, my guys being there, making that play too, hustling to the ball, that's what's going to happen. That's going to be the turnout every time.
When did you know you liked hitting people? Like how?
That's like throughout my career, like football career.
Yeah.
I think Park League. Yeah, I played like linebacker in Park League, and I just went from there. You know, I'm the youngest brother out of 3, so I'm always, you know, getting picked on. So I want to fight back when not.
Joe,
Hendon, you guys could potentially be number 1 this week. Either way, you're going to Georgia, who's number 1 right now. Huge game ahead. As you've seen this team transition from unranked going into the season to where you are now, has the approach changed at all week to week? And if not, how do you maintain that?
Like I state every time I get up to the mic, it's business. We're here to accomplish a goal that we set for ourselves back in January. Whether we're number 1 or number 25, it doesn't matter. We're going to approach every game the same way, take every opponent seriously, and we prepare that way. And our preparation has showed that we've been preparing the right way when game time hits.
All right, we'll do 2 more for this group, so back in the right over here, and then we'll finish with Jimmy.
Hendon, when you guys get in the red zone, you guys have obviously been really good. What is it about this offense that can be so explosive but still execute down there and things get more compressed?
The want to. We want to score. We've made it a point that we need to score when we have those opportunities in the red zone. We have to strike. We want to go 100% in the red zone. That's our goal. And our goal is also every drive, to finish with 6. So, that's what we've been doing. Shout out to the O-line and the backs and tight ends for running hard and, communicating at a high level. Down there, it gets real loud on away games and sometimes home games. So, getting down there and communicating at a high level and knowing our assignment and executing it at a high level is what we've been trying to do.
Jimmy's last one.
Brandon, take us through 2 things. Take us through your interception. Secondly, do you like to hit as much as D'Amico?
All right, well, on the interception, we're playing like cover 2 or whatever, and me just knowing the formations and some of the little eye candy that they give us, I kind of tried to bait it. So I was just trying to play it high to low and just break on anything short with having help over the top. What was the next question?
Do you like to hit as much as D'Amico?
Yeah, I think I like to hit. Probably not as much as Nico because he a slaughter. I got some slaughters in my family too, but I like to hit.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, gentlemen. We'll have Jalen Hyatt here in just a minute as well to finish things off.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
He's obviously in the mood.
It's number 1.
He had that comment about it to the coordinator. Got outbid. He does that a lot.
Oh, okay. This one, I can't tell if it's Andrew Anthony or Jaden McBride. Andrew Anthony is from the Saints.
I'm sure it's like, hey, how's it going?
It is. It's funky how it all processes and
I'm gonna go back out there. They just throw it back out to me.
gotcha. Different things for different methods, I guess.
According to the deposit, there were 45 running backs there.
I hear that.
I followed him the whole time. I figure this week. Yeah, 5 guys. Normally it'll be like, kind of 2 or 3 or something like that, but things like that, everybody's ready to go for today, so.
That's exactly right. Oh, really? Yeah. I like that. You got a good list right there.
Yeah, you go get one before. All right, well, finishing off questions for Jalen Hyatt. Patrick, we'll start with you. Raise your hand and I'll call on you guys.
Like 400 something yards and 7 touchdowns coming into this game. Yeah, you were wide open several times. How are you getting so wide open? Is it scheme? Is it just what
Oh yeah, it's definitely the game plan. You know how we're coming in each week, just seeing what they do on defense, what's their tendencies, and really just having said out there, it was a big presence for them. I think so. That's what I think for sure.
Mike, and then Wes, and then Adam.
Jalen, I'm guessing you've seen Danico Slaughter go up against you a few times in practice, given the slot star situation. What's it like dealing with him, and does he like to hit as much as he says he does?
Oh yeah. You know, we have 3 scrimmages at fall camp. At that time, he was playing safety, but he's definitely one of those guys. You have to look, make sure where he's at. You know, where is he going to be at? But like I said, physical player. I'm proud of him, what he did tonight, and you know he can improve. He can get even better. Just proud of what he did tonight for sure.
Wes, Adam, and Austin.
Jalen, I'm sure when you catch the ball, you're probably looking mostly in front of you and trying to go score. But when you go back and watch, are you ever surprised at how much space you're in? I mean, sometimes it's 20 yards.
Yeah, I was surprised today for sure. And not only that, just I really believe it's just our game plan. You know what we seen from their defense. You know what their tendencies is, and we capitalized on that tonight.
I think Twitter said you met Chad Johnson.
Yeah, I met him right before the game. He's taller than I thought. I met him. It was, you know, those are the things you dream of, you know, and just to have an opportunity, just to see him, just to meet him, you know, it made my day, and I think that's why I just wanted to play so hard today, just because he was here for sure.
I'm not sure it's 5 touchdowns against Alabama top dream, but to say that you've set the single season record for touchdowns and we've not even gotten to November yet. Can you put that into words? And do you know anything about Marcus Nash, the guy's record that you broke?
Yeah, I need to do my Tennessee history. I do not, and I feel bad about it. But I'm not even trying to, you know, think about the accolades, you know, whatever it is. Just we got a big game this week, you know, and we're worried about, you know, what we can do and how far we can take it. And, you know, with the guys that we have on this team, I think they have the same goal. We all have the same goal, and I think that's why we're capitalizing on our opportunities.
Joe and then Blake.
Jalen, obviously a huge game ahead. I know you guys have had a bunch of them already, but what is the opportunity that lies ahead going to Georgia? And how have you guys been able to bring it every week this season?
That's what you live for. You know, you live for games like that, and you know we're gonna bring our all for Georgia. It's definitely gonna be our healthiest team coming into Georgia. We got our guys back, and what was your second question? I'm sorry, I wouldn't.
Just how you guys have been able to answer the bell weekly all year.
Mm-hmm. Well, it starts with Coach Hype. It starts with the coaches, just, you know, keeping the next game mentality. You know, that we preach that every team meeting, every practice. You know, we treat it like every game's a big game. And like I said, we just got to keep going, keep capitalizing on what we're doing, and just every opportunity that presents itself, we have to take advantage of it.
Jalen, Coach Heupel was talking about the guys in this program who stayed throughout the coaching change and have kind of been a big part of this. You were one of those guys. Why did you stay, for the coaching change? And then, why do you think you guys have been able to come together this quickly and make this turnaround happen so quickly?
Yeah, when Coach Hype got here, it was hard for a lot of guys, just with Coach Pruitt and the guys that stayed with Coach Pruitt. As far as I had little conversations, just thinking about, what would be the best step for me personally. And when Coach Hype got here, it surprised me because you look at his resume, you look at his offense that he had at UCF. It speaks for itself. And like I said, we're just blessed that he's here, blessed to have the opportunity to play for him. And I think why we're so close just as a team is because I feel like a lot of people, have adversity stories here, and it just brings us closer together because everybody just understands, when you at your lowest and what you can do, and just blessed to be a part of this team.
We'll go Paige, Reese, and then Patrick.
Jalen, back here. We spoke earlier this season. I asked you when you're on your A game, how good do you think you'll be? And you said best in the country. To know that your sacrifice and the discipline is really paying off, how rewarding is that for you? Yeah,
it's very rewarding for sure. But we're just trying to, I'm not even trying to think of any personal anything. I'm just all about the team. It's all about the guys here, the O-line, how they're stepping up, the defense, what they did today is amazing. And, just having a quarterback and Hook, it makes it easier for the receivers, it really does. And just blessed to be a part of this team. And every day that's why I wake up thinking, how far can I take it personally, and I just want to make sure I keep going.
Jalen, on that second touchdown, back here, the record-breaking touchdown, the ref asked for the ball back, and you were trying to get it back. Did you get the ball back, and then where's the ball going?
Oh, yeah, he wasn't getting that. He wasn't getting it. They tried to throw it back in for the field goal, and I made a little scene on the sideline to get it back. But I'm not going. I don't have it yet. I'm gonna get it at the end of the season. But I'll probably give it to my parents.
All right, we'll go Patrick, Wes, and then Austin.
Jalen, Coach Pope talked during the week about kind of you had a couple moments in the off season. There was a practice in the spring where you kind of had to push through being tired during a drive, and then there was the summer when you said catch 10,000 balls and you were catching more. Were there moments during this off season where you thought, okay, I'm gonna have a big season, or has it had to happen on the field for you to sort of believe for this to happen for you?
Yeah, I definitely remember the practice that we had that day. It was a long practice. It was a hot practice, and it was a fourth quarter drill. We were going fast, and I was trying to get off. I was trying to get off the field. I was not trying to be out there, and Coach Pope kept me in there. And it just shows the coach that he is. It just what he has done for our receiver room, and what he done for Sed, what he done for Brew, Ramel. He's just a guy that wants everybody to do their job, and he's going to coach you hard. Every day he's going to coach you hard, and I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be just a player for him, and just what he has done for me personally. I can't even explain it in words.
We'll finish with Wes and Austin.
Jalen, last year, I know that you've been thinking about Kentucky all week, I'm sure, but if you can remember back to the Georgia game last year, there weren't many games where people kind of stopped y'all a little bit, and that defense was able to have success. What do you remember about that game and how frustrating at times it was offensively?
Just with last year, with Georgia, especially a team, with their defense, you have to be consistent. I felt like, we started off strong at the beginning for last year, and with a team like that, you every time you get on that, just on the field, you have to score. And you have to be consistent. We know what we have for next week, and not only that, we know the guys on the defense, and we have to bring our A game. And like I said, it's next game mentality. We're going to treat them like a regular team, how we prepare, but at the same time, we know how big it is, and, our guys are ready for it. We're ready for the opportunity.
You talked about several guys having kind of redemption stories. It seems like every week there's a guy that maybe wasn't a factor 2 weeks ago that's stepping up, whether it's William Wright or Nico tonight or Brandon Turnage, guys that maybe weren't a factor 4 or 5 weeks ago. What do you feel like gives every player that kind of extra oomph to kind of keep their head in there and stay ready?
To be honest, I think that's why we're so successful now. I think it keeps everybody grounded because you start realizing where you were when you were at your lowest, you know, with all the guys. And not only that, we know how far we can take it. We know the team that we are, and we know where we want to go, you know, just with the team and just with the success that we're having. But just as far as with the stories, I think it just keeps us grounded. It keeps us hungry for the next game.
I want you to do one more right here in the back, right?
Jalen, I tweeted your quote about Chad Johnson, and he says, "I effing love you, man."
Yeah, I think it should be the other way around. I don't, you know, I really don't. I look at Twitter sometimes and just see, you know, him coming in, and you know, I remember I seen one thing on Twitter where he gave just somebody a $1,100 tip, and he put on there like something saying something about me, and I'm over here just looking at it speechless, like, man, it should be the other way around. You know, I don't know why I hadn't done anything close to what he has done, and just the legend that he is and what he has done in the league. You know, I'm blessed that just to even meet him on the sideline before the game, it made my day for sure.
All right, thank you, everybody. Thanks for your time.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jeff.
Good night, everyone.